What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome to episode number 33, I do believe, of Ruin Randomer. Might be one episode here or there out. This is the team I'm playing with, guys. As I said to you, I want you guys to recommend me teams from now on. So every Ruin Randomer is going to be a team from you guys that you put down on Foothead. As you can make it as silly or whatever as you want, and the most voted team will get my nod. And I actually built this team last night after the episode that I put up yesterday. A couple of hours went by, I went and looked at the teams, and this was the highest rated one at the time. So this is the one that I picked up. So we've got in goal Casillas, and we've got in defence Lam, Ramos, Company, and Clichy. And in midfield we've got Hazard, Silva, Torre, Schneider, and Robin. And then up front, Robin van Persie. I will leave a brief image of the picture on the screen just so you can see that I didn't make this team up myself, and it is indeed one from you guys. So again, just to reiterate, if you want me to use a team that you have, go to Foothead, build a team on there, and look at teams, call it NepentheZ, and if it's the most voted one that's called NepentheZ, I will use that team, as good or as bad as that team may be. Now, I've played with this team a few times, guys. We come up against your standard Brazilian team there. Although he's got Carlos Eduardo up front, that's quite a strange one. Although that's actually pretty sweet because he's fast and has got 5-star skills. Interesting. Might have to use that. Yeah. So I've played a few games with this team, and it's really, really good. The problem with it is there's a lot of high attacking work rates for all of the players. So it is a stupidly attacking team, and that's not always the best thing. So this could be a goals galore kind of game. But I want to talk today, guys, about this Giovanna Plowman video, the Tampon lady. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to not watch it. Please do not go and search for this video, and especially if you're eating. It's disgusting and not the sort of thing I usually watch. But Calfreezy had convinced me to watch this video. And I want to talk about it. I want to keep an open mind whilst talking about it, because I've got a lot of strong opinions on things within life and how people should lead their lives. And I definitely want to just get my point out there and talk about the ins and outs of what's happened. So for those of you that don't know, basically this girl ate a used tampon. It's got blood clots on it. It's full of blood, and she smells it, and then she eats it, and she sucks it, and it's disgusting. No question about it. It is one of the most disgusting things you are ever likely to watch online. Now, what's weird is I can watch a video of a guy shooting himself in the head, right? And I've seen videos like that. I've seen videos where people commit suicide. I've seen videos where people kill other people, and I don't turn a blind eye to it, or I don't like wince at it and think, oh my god, that's just unbelievable and so out of the ordinary, because things like movies and video games kind of they kind of not neutralize, they make you feel less about something like that, for the simple fact that you've seen death many times because of the films. You've seen all this sort of stuff, and it's not new to you, so you definitely know. Oh, what a finish. Unlucky that it didn't go in. Yeah, so you know kind of what the deal is, right? Now, with this eating a tampon thing, you don't see it often because it's so absolutely dreadfully disgusting. Cutback for the win. Because it's so disgusting, you don't see it often, right? So people judge her instantly as this disgusting human being. She's going to ruin her life, all for a viral video, all for 15 minutes of fame, and that's fair enough. But I'm going to actually have to answer this call, guys. One second. What's up, Ram? Okay, guys, I would have just cut that call out there. That was a bit of a personal call, something I had to answer. Unfortunately, it got called in the middle of a video. But so back to the story. So this chick, she's eaten a tampon, right? And she's made a video about it, and it's gone viral. Of course, something like that would go viral because it's absolutely fucking horrendous. And the people judge instantly, which is, again, it's understandable because you don't see that sort of thing too often, right? So when you do see something like that, you're going to judge someone for it, and that's fair enough. People judge people all the time. Like I said, if you saw a murder on the screen or something, in my opinion, you're less likely to judge something like that horrendously than something like eating a tampon. Now, let's make no bones about it. For health reasons, eating a tampon is just disgusting. You know, it's bad for you. I can imagine it's bad for your health. I can imagine the things that you're eating are supposed to be out of your body, otherwise, you know, your body functions wouldn't make it so that they come out of your body. It would stay in your body, you know. So for those sort of things, I do think that eating it is fucking weird. And what kind of mentality do you have to actually eat something like that, right? Like, at what point does it go through your mind that, hey, see this tampon in my vajayjay? Let me see what this bad boy tastes like. Okay. Like, when do you do that? This guy scores a goal to make it 1-1. Carlos Eduardo. Like, when do you do that? When do you say, okay, let me try this? Now, with that being said, and with the fact that everybody will judge this girl because of what she's done is fucking disgusting, you cannot for 1 second sit there and tell me that you've not done something that you would think abnormal. You cannot say that you've not done something that, if people knew that you did it, they'd judge you, because everyone has that weird thing. And it makes me think, how weird is weird? Why do we label things unnatural? Why do we label things disgusting? Why do we say she's completely out of the ordinary for, oh hello, and then we got Schneider and the goal's wide open and oh, he saved it. Yeah, like at what point are we allowed to say this girl is not allowed to eat her tampon? It's not against the law to eat a tampon. It's, as far as I'm concerned anyway, as I'm sure if you were to eat somebody else's tampon, probably be against the law. But people do fucked up shit all the time, and it goes unnoticed because it's not on YouTube, and so they don't get judged for it. For example, what sort of thing could you do that might, I don't know, something like simple, right? So guys that pluck their eyebrows, right? For me, not my sort of thing. I would never pluck my eyebrows. I don't judge people for plucking eyebrows, but I don't like, if I was like sat there in a room with my friend and saw my friend start plucking his eyebrows, I'd probably sit there and think, what the fuck are you doing, you weirdo? Who does that? But probably loads of people do it. But because it's not like socially accepted, because it's not common practice in our world, people judge. And is that fair? Is it fair of everyone to judge this chick just because she's sucked a tampon dry? Like, oh wow, oh look at the overhead kick from Yolo Torre. Get in. That was probably going in anyway. I probably could have left that. That would have been a sick goal. Yolo Torre doing the work. Back to the point. So, what's acceptable? Why do we judge this woman so harshly to the point where it's been talked about through Twitter and through YouTube and Reddit and stuff that this chick is contemplating committing suicide because of the bullying that she's getting? And now I really don't agree with bullying. I could talk about bullying for fucking hours because I think it's a disgusting thing to do. I was bullied myself a lot as a kid. And I really don't agree with it. And oh, that would have been the sickest goal. Oh, David Silva, what the hell, man? Why would you steal that? And so yeah, so you know, people judge way too quick. And like I say, like for me, oh wow, that ball, oh wow, that touch, and then that touch, and then that touch, and then save, keeper. That's what I'm talking about. The keeper did nothing there, but whatevs. You know, everyone's got something in their locker that only their either nearest and dearest know about, or that nobody knows about. And that's, society's fucked up in that manner that you can't be yourself. Like, society doesn't let you be yourself because it's weird, it's strange. Like, I think to myself, people say that's not normal. Who's the person that decides what normal is? And since I've seen this tampon video, and like, I swear to God, I wish I hadn't, there's been a few more tampon videos that have been made. There's obviously been parodies made. And then somebody linked me to a video of some woman on Facebook who put a video up on Facebook of her, like, you can actually see her pull the tampon out of her vagina and dip it into her mouth and, you know, suck on that scrumptious blood. And it's just disgusting. But it's like, I don't want to say it like this because I don't think it's acceptable to do something like that. But it's almost like the one person doing it, this Giovanni Plowman woman doing it, has made it socially acceptable for all the tampon eaters to come out and be like, hey, we also love a tampon or two every week, you know? Which sounds fucked up, but it's like, let's the only thing I could probably relate this to is porn, right? Now, everybody watches porn, and those who sit there say, oh, I never watch porn, you're a fucking liar. Everybody watches porn, and people like different types of porn, right? So let's use the different types of porn, because on, let's say, Pornhub, there's like, you got women and women, like you got lesbian porn, and then you got don't leave Van Persie open, it's a golasso, you got women on women porn, or you've got gangbang porn, or you've got bukkake porn, or you've got cartoon porn, or you've got anal porn, or you've got bondage porn, or you've got fucking pissing porn. Like, who the fuck is into people pissing on each other? But some people obviously are. And 5 years ago, the porn market on the internet was super, super basic. It was like a couple people fucking. That's about as raw as it would get. This guy's obviously had enough, so I'll wrap this up right here as quick as possible. That's about as raw as it get. But now it's acceptable for these weird fucking porn fetishes. You know what the fucking word I'm trying to say. It's acceptable for these things to be online now because they're no longer a taboo subject. Now, I'm not saying that eating a tampon is an acceptable thing to do. I certainly wouldn't be trying it, and if I knew anyone that tried it, I'd probably slap him in the face with it and then be like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? That's disgusting. But is it as taboo as people are making it out to be? I'll leave you guys to talk about that in the comment section. As always, at the end of Ruiner Randomers, I am going to answer some questions from Twitter. So I'm going to go on Twitter now and send a message to people that want to ask some questions. And I will answer the questions. And I do want to say for this Giovanna Plowman woman, two things. First of all, she's got the most fucking unfortunate surname in the world. Plowman. Come on. Is that real? Can that be real? Secondly, she has fucked her life up. She's going to struggle to get a job now. She's going to struggle to walk down the street without being called names and bullied and picked on. And she's brought that all on herself because she wanted to eat a fucking tampon. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. I'm out. Okay, guys, as always, I did say that at the end of every Ruiner Random now, I will ask on Twitter for some questions. You can follow me on Twitter at NepentheZ, and I will answer some of them at the end of every Ruiner Random. And I've picked out 3 questions here. I actually got just a ridiculous amount of questions, but the first 3 that really struck me are the ones that I've picked out here. So the first question is from Carl Smith, and he asks, why do you think the price for good players is so low this year in FIFA? And I genuinely believe the FIFA community and the YouTube community has had such a huge impact because of what we do. Because we make the cheap players or the low rated players, we make teams with them and show you how good they are. And it encourages more people to buy the lower rated players. So it really, for me, it reduces the importance of having that all-star team where you could have a team for 50k instead of 500k that would do twice as good a job as the team for 500k. So people are more inclined to go and buy the cheaper players than to have somebody worth like 2, 3, 400,000 just because of the name, you know? So that's why I think the players for the really high rated players is so cheap, because you can get like 86 and 87 rated players for like 1,000 to 2,000 coins. It's nuts. The next question we've got is from MGH. He's a fellow YouTuber, and he says, would you pay a few pounds a month for dedicated servers and improved stability to better your online experience on FIFA 13? 100% I would pay that. You know how Xbox have their £40 a year or whatever it is, and PlayStation Network is $3, but for Xbox you have to pay each year for each account, and PlayStation Network you can create as many accounts as you want because it's free. I would be happy if both consoles charged an extra premium for instead of games per se, instead of FIFA saying, right, we're going to charge you an extra £2 a month, because once FIFA do it, every game will do it. But if a console does it, let's say, you know how you have PlayStation Plus, if a console says, right, we'll charge people £10 a month, and that money will get kind of shared between all the game companies, or all the people that want to invest in stability for their servers, and want to invest and partner with Sony and Microsoft, they will get a share of that revenue. Then I would happily pay even £10 a month for an experience where I know that I'm going to get no lag and I'm not going to lose because disconnections, or like at least it becomes minimal. So yes, effectively I would pay more money just to have a better stability and a better gaming experience. The last question I've got is from a guy called Like, or Like PSV. I hope I've said your name right. He asks, could you make a video about you getting bullied and how you are dealing with it? Now, it's quite funny that I just actually spoke about myself getting bullied in this video. I would love to make a video about me getting bullied, but one thing I worry about is, because I went through a lot during my younger years, but I don't want people to sympathise with me, and I don't want people to feel sorry for me, and I don't want people to feel differently about me just because of what went on in my childhood. And I'm not like the sort of person that's self-loathing or self-worthy, and like I use the experiences of me getting bullied in high school and junior school and growing up in that sort of environment. I use those experiences to try and better myself in my adult life, and I would definitely make a video on that. But I don't know how I would go about approaching the subject without coming across as just somebody who's almost begging for attention. If somebody, like, if people do have genuine issues about being bullied and whatnot, feel free to send me a private message on the inbox, and I can talk to you like personally about how I dealt with things. And if this gets a big enough response, I will gladly make a video about bullying and about what I went through and about how I dealt with it. But of course everybody deals with things differently. But I'm going to end it here, guys, because it is getting on a little bit. Thank you as always for watching the video. If you could hit the like button, it would be amazing. And I will see you for the next episode. Cheers.